Hello everyone, it is time for a new video and today is going to be a collection of book hauls and little unboxings. I have a lot of books to show you, so I'm going to keep this very short. Let's talk about them all. Hello everyone, so it is time to open the most exciting package, which is literally enormous. It is quite thin, but it's a very wide box. And so it's time for an unboxing. I think there's gonna be 7 books in here, so like all the main stuff that I ordered, and the other 2 arrived separately, and there should be 1 more, and I'm so excited. It was supposed to get here yesterday, but it didn't arrive, and then I was worried it wouldn't arrive for another like 3 days, but then it got here. This literally always feels like Christmas. And I also usually don't remember like all the things that I ordered. I tend to forget very fast, and so sometimes it's like a surprise and I'm like, oh my god, I ordered this. So let's see what's in here, and I am so ready. So let's just start. So many of these books are books that I've been waiting for a very long time, and so I am, oh my god, and including this, which is When Javi Dumped Mari by Mia Sosa. And first of all, it's super pretty. Second of all, the cover feels so nice. It is floppy and it's like a matte soft cover, and it feels so light, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I love reading nothing more than this kind of physical copy. So I am so excited about this. I love Mia Sosa. I've read like all of her books, or most of them. I don't really remember much about the plot, but the first line here says, 1 engagement, 2 best friends, 3's a crowd. Okay, so if I understand it correctly, the heroine gets engaged to someone who is not the hero, and their whole life they've had a pact that they need to approve the like person that, you know, the other wants to start dating. And so she gets engaged to someone who like the hero didn't approve of and stuff, and he tries to like cancel the engagement and whatever. So I am so excited for this. I think it's gonna be super fun, and again, the copy feels so good, and I am just incredibly happy. You know, I very much enjoyed Mia Sosa's previous books, and she has not had a new release in a while, so always love when that happens. Let's see the next book here. Okay, so this one is You Between the Lines by Katie Naiman, and I am so happy that I bought this because something about it just has a wonderful vibe, and I bought it for a very specific reason, which is that I read a book earlier this year. I read this book, Unromance by Erin Connor, which was like one of my absolute new favorite romances of all time. Generally books of all time. Like everything about this was perfect for me, and this book was like recommended underneath this one on Goodreads, and something about it felt like it has a similar vibe. First of all, both of the covers are purple and this book just felt like it would be so romantic and beautiful, and I just feel like I could love this. And I do often say that like I need to discover more new to me authors, and even though I do want to like do that more, and like in more specific ways that will be most likely to get me to find new authors that I love. And so I'm so excited about this. And former high school classmates reignite their rivalry in a prestigious MFA program and see the enemies to lovers debut. And there's something to do with poetry in this, and I just think it's gonna be amazing. So yeah, there's this whole line here that is, she can't stand him, he can't forget her. So I am ready. I will be reading this very soon. Let's see the next one. Oh my god, okay. I forgot that I bought this. Like I said, that happens, and I am incredibly happy. I am incredibly happy right now, because I have been wanting to buy this for ages. I have had this on my TBR for a long time. It came out like this May, but I found out about it like half a year before that, and I've just been wanting it so bad, mainly because of the cover, but also like some of the synopsis as well. So this is called If We Were a Movie by Zakia and Jamal, and just a moment for this beautiful cover. And it's also a shiny hardcover, which I don't own many of these, and it feels so nice. This is a naked book. I thought it would be pink. It's not. And so I do know that this has a lot to do with the movies, of course, and like the cinema and like they work at a movie theater. They work at a movie theater, and I think it's like rivals still, and oh yeah, you know, that they're like rivals at school and stuff. So let's read. There's a blurb by Christina Forrest, who I absolutely love, which says, combining all of my favorite aspects of a classic YA novel, an endless summer, friends who feel like family, and a heart-stirring romance, this book is sure to make readers swoon. So I just think I'm gonna love this. It has such a wonderful vibe, and it is absolutely something I want to read over the summer. And it is a sapphic romance. And again, like if it's gonna be a lot about like love for movies, as I think it will, I think is gonna be incredible. And so this will definitely be one of the first ones that I dive into. And yeah, but everything about this cover just like speaks to me on such an insane level. And like the color scheme, the title, the characters. Okay, let's see what we have here next. So there is a very thick book here. I have no idea what, oh my god, okay. I was like, I have no idea what that is. Okay, that is not what I expected. So it is Along Came Amor by Alexis Daria. And I did not know that it was such a long book. It is like 450 pages. And the previous two books in the series were like half the size of this. But yeah, also another beautiful cover. And I'm so happy that I have this because I love these covers so much in this series. I've loved the two first books in this series. And I feel like there's been like a long time between the second book and this book. And so, you know, long time in the making, and I can't wait for this. I don't know anything about the plot, and honestly, I don't really need to because I already know that I like this author and I think it's gonna be super fun. But also another book that feels like it's giving summer vibes and I need to read it. Okay, there's two more books here. Oh yeah, okay, so next one is Saving Sunshine by Sadia Farouqi and Shazleen Khan. This is a graphic novel, and I've had this on my TBR for a very long time. It is so cute. I think it's middle grade, and I read into this ages ago, and I've read something by Sadia Farouqi before, which was like a middle grade novel, but I think it's gonna be super beautiful, like meaningful, sweet, and it is a shiny, full color graphic novel, which I keep saying recently is my favorite kind of graphic novel. And yeah, there's a blurb saying, offering emotional depth as well as humor and sweetness. Another one, a beautiful, realistic, and important story focusing on family and sibling bonds. Yeah, so I am super excited about this. I do really want to read more books that center around relationships that are not romantic. Whether that's, you know, like platonic, family, found family, whatever it might be. And so yeah, I'm so excited, and it looks so sweet and beautiful, and it's quite short as well. And I don't actually, no, I was about to say I don't think I've read a middle grade graphic novel, but I have read like a little bit of them, and I want more. So yeah, one of my main goals has been to buy more graphic novels. Yeah, let's see what this last one is, and now I think I know what it is. I think so, you know, I wish this box could be endless. Like, I wish the books kept coming out. But yeah, the last book that I have is A Song for You and I by Kay O'Neill, which is gorgeous, and it has, what's it called? Like, whatever. The title feels nice, and it's shiny, and it looks so sweet. Like, just look at this cover, it's so beautiful. And so Kay O'Neill did write some of the middle grade graphic novels that I already read, and I don't know, I think this might be YA, but I'm not sure about it. And I did just buy The Moth Keeper by Kay O'Neill, and I also might have talked about that in this video, but now I'm confused. And so I wanted another one. And this came out a little while ago as well, and it is in full color too. It is matte, not shiny, but you know, I am still very excited. And yeah, it just has a wonderful, beautiful, cozy vibe. And like, it's kind of just sweet and cozy and meaningful, and I want that, you know? It's funny because recently I've been thinking about how I want to read more angsty books, but at the same time, of course, I still, at the end of the day, need some like comforting, sweet, not so angsty books. So, you know, balancing it out. And yeah, so like I said, I did have a goal to buy more graphic novels because it's not something that I've done for a long time. And I want to do it because it makes me really happy, and it's beautiful to look at, and it's exciting and wonderful. So these are the books that I got. And there's gonna be one more book coming in the mail. So I will see you soon again. Hello everyone. So I don't know exactly what video this will be in, but I just got home from watching Superman for the second time with my bestie, and I loved it so much. And the hangout, obviously, again, I adored it the first time, even loved it more this time. And she did as well, which was just, you know, it's the best feeling ever to share that kind of fangirly feeling. And so that put me in the best mood, and I came home to a package. So I think this is just one book. I mean, I see one book, and the package was opened, so that is a little concerning, but I don't think there would have been like another book in there. So let's hope, you know, it's fine. But anyways, there is a book in there, and I don't know what it is. I think this might be a graphic novel because it's a paperback, but it's very big. So, oh my god, it is? Okay. Okay, I am so excited. So this is Belle of the Ball by Mary Costa, and oh my god, it's absolutely gorgeous. And I love how it's such a big copy. And look at this. Oh my god, it is all pink on the inside. Absolutely love that. And it's gorgeous. I have wanted this for an eternity. Now I'm completely blanking on what other book I read by Mary Costa that I loved, but I know there was one. And so this was like a release after that one, and you know, I've had it on my TBR for 1,000 years. But again, recently I realized that it's so stupid that I don't buy graphic novels much. Because every time I think to myself, you know, like it's quite expensive. Usually it's more expensive than normal books, and I almost always read it in one sitting and then it's over. But at the same time, cannot be enjoyed to the same amount if I am reading it as an ebook, even though like I can still enjoy it, of course. It's just not the same as, you know, the big, beautiful glossy pages with the full color and everything. It's just the best thing ever, and I love them so much. And I don't know, recently I've been feeling really inspired, and just like I want to consume art with my eyes and soak it in, you know, and fully enjoy the moment. And so include like, and that by that I mean like animated movies and graphic novels, because obviously it's kind of like a similar experience. And I don't think I've actually, well, no, that's not true. I have read a graphic novel that has like the specific color scheme, but not a pink one. And so I'm very excited. I have mentioned it before that I do very much prefer graphic novels and comics in full color, because something about like black and white does not work for my eyes very well. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just kind of harder to read. And of course, colors make it so much more vivid, and it just makes it come to life. And it being just one color just is really interesting. And of course, like pink is my favorite color, and I'm ready. And I think it's gonna be a super fun story. I don't know anything about it, to be fair. But I cannot wait. Literally cannot wait, and it's gorgeous, and I cannot get over it. So I am actually currently reading a graphic novel, but once I finish that, I think I will be inhaling this. Cause, you know, I want to enjoy the books that I buy. I'm not gonna let it sit on the shelf. And I think it's wonderful if I can read a book that I buy immediately and devour it. And also graphic novels are like the easiest thing ever, for me at least, but I think for other people to reread. And so like I will always be happy to own it, you know? So this is like a message to you. If you love graphic novels, buy them physically if you don't already, you know? Like, of course, you know, we can't do it every single time maybe, but I want to do it more because it makes me really happy, clearly. It is time to talk about some new books again. And I have a little series this time, and I am very excited about this for multiple reasons. Let's open this up. I don't remember the last time I bought a series set, and this is, okay, I'm very happy to have this. So, this is I don't know what the name of the series is called, but it starts with This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. And so we have the first book here, gorgeous, and then honestly the covers get even prettier as we go. These Infinite Threads, the second one, and then the third one, All This Twisted Glory. I'm obsessed with these covers. And oh my gosh, this brings me back to like my teenage years. And I basically, you know what, I'm just gonna quickly tell you about the book. So, I owned this already, and it is a hardcover. I literally got it years ago. At this point, all the books have a paperback. A new book in the series is coming out this September, and I'm probably gonna buy the hardcover of that as well. But this was a set very discounted, and it was basically cheaper than if I bought like just the two books that I don't have yet. And so obviously, like, while I don't care as much as other people about like my books matching, obviously if it is a series, like, it is a little bit annoying to have a hardcover and then paperbacks, you know? So like, not big of a deal, but if I could, you know, yeah. And then this one I can just like either give away or sell or something like that. And so I am so happy because I started this book yesterday. I devoured the first 160 pages, and basically Tahira Mafi has been one of my favorite authors since I was like 15. And so, you know, like, I read the Shatter Me books and I didn't completely love them at first, but I adored the second trilogy in that. And so like it continues, but it was like after a few years. And so the second part of that series, I was obsessed. And there's like a new spin-off now that recently came out. I can't remember the name right now. But I was also obsessed. So I read that like a few months ago, and it reminded me of how much I actually enjoy books with high stakes and how much I crave that, and I need angst, and I just need something's happening. I hate characters dying and like stuff like that that's actually tragic. I hate it. I don't want it. I don't want to read books with that. But I feel like Tahira Mafi so far, and I hope it stays this way, like, it feels like she definitely puts the characters through like hell and back, but things kind of work out in the end. And that's what I need. And let's hope that, you know, it's not gonna change. And, you know, but yeah, I just need more of that feeling. And so this is like a fantasy series with a forbidden romance, and I'm not gonna go into the plot right now because my camera's gonna die. But I'm obsessed with it, and I'm so happy. I've been wanting to read this, and then I got intimidated because it is quite long. But it's interesting because these like don't look that long, and the second and third are shorter for sure. So I am happy about that, but at the same time, like, I do want it to last forever because I'm really enjoying it, and it's just such a special feeling, and I need to read more books like this, and I need to read more fantasy. I've been saying this for 1,000 years, and every single time I read a good one, it just confirms how much I actually love it and how much it's missing in my reading life. And so, you know, with the fall coming soon, I'm hoping to finally really throw myself back into it. And yeah, if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Anything with romance or found family or both, preferably, you know, please let me know. And again, it can be emotional, it can have high stakes, but please don't give me anything that, like, everyone dies or something like that, or any major characters die. I don't want that. So I will shut up now. But yeah, these are the 3 new beautiful books that I have, and I'm so happy, and I can't wait for the 4th one. It's honestly absolutely gorgeous, and there's like a special Waterstones edition that I do think I'm gonna get, even though that's a hardcover, because, like, again, like, I'm not gonna wait that long until the paperback is released. Definitely not. So I will probably see you at least one more time with a little bit more books. Hello everyone. So it is time for the last part of the book haul, and I have 6 books to talk to you about. So these are books that I've bought at a romance bookstore called Book Lovers Bookshop, and it is like the best place on earth. And so I went there last week and I got 3 books that I don't think I talked to you about. And then I have one more bag. So first one, let's talk about this. I have a very funny mixture of things, and I love that because generally my taste in reading is centered around romance, but also like a lot of random vibes, a lot of subgenres, a lot of things, and so it makes me happy. So first one I have here is a paranormal romance, which is a Zom rom-com by Olivia Dade, and I am so excited about this. I did not know that this was coming out. I thought that since this has kind of like Halloween vibes, I thought it was coming out in like September or October, and so last week I saw it there. I was like, oh, what do you mean? And so this is not a book I want to read immediately because I do really want to save it for Halloween time. But I'm so ready for it. So we have the main character falls in love with the vampire next door. And so I don't know if she is a human. Okay, she attempts to save her sweet, seemingly harmless neighbor from the first major zombie breach in 2 decades. and she's stunned to be saved by him. So yeah, he is a vampire. Okay, yeah. It doesn't really say if she like has any kind of magical power or whatever, but anyway, I'm excited to find out. I don't like zombies at all. But I love Olivia Dade and I love vampires and I love that, and I feel like if there's gonna be a time that I want to read about zombies, it's gonna be around Halloween and when Olivia Dade writes it, you know? So I am ready for that. And the next one, very opposite vibe, is Crash Landing by Annie McQuaid. So I am actually going on like a beach vacation and I am incredibly excited, of course. And so I want to buy some summer books to read there. And so this is what I ran into. That sounds very fun. So it's obviously like a tropical vacation. And I think they get like stranded or something. So they bump into, I think it's like Second Chance. Yeah, okay, it's Second Chance. And they bump into each other at the airport. So the flight gets canceled and the plane crashes in the Caribbean and they get stranded on a deserted island. Yeah, I have never read anything by this author. I haven't heard of them before, but this is a cute cover and I just think it's gonna be fun. And what my favorite new thing is like the little descriptions. I don't know if it has like a specific name, but you know, at the bookstore when the bookseller writes the little like description to recommend the book, I think something was written under this that sounded super good and I don't remember the details anymore, but it just made me really excited for this. And another book that had a description underneath is The Lady of the Lake by Jean Menzies. And so this one, the description was basically for people who grew up watching Merlin and they wished, I forgot the characters' names, but they wished that like the two main female characters in there ended up together or something like that. And you know, that it was like a sapphic romance. So this is a sapphic romance about the Arthurian legend. I didn't grow up watching Merlin, but I have seen a little bit of it. I actually have been wanting to watch the whole thing recently. And I mean, I feel the vibes. I feel the vibes, and I also love the actress that plays... You know what? I'm gonna Google this because, yes, okay, Morgan, aka Katie McGrath. So I mainly know her from Supergirl. I absolutely love her from there. And so yeah, anyways, I am very excited to read this. And I don't actually think that I've read any adult sapphic fantasy romances. And I need that to happen. So please, if you have any recommendations, please let me know. But I am incredibly excited for this, and so I will absolutely be diving into this very soon. So now let's see what's in the bag. So today it was like their 1-year anniversary from like, you know, the creation of the bookstore, and so they had a 20% discount, and so I got 3 books. So let's see what they are. So first I got Flirting Lessons by Jasmine Guillory. This is a sapphic romance as well, and I don't know anything else. Wait, is this Best Friends to Lovers? Oh my god. I think this is Best Friends to Lovers. And so, it says that Avery is almost 30, newly single, and ready for a change. She wants to get a hobby date around, especially women, and flirt with everyone she sees. But she has no experience when it comes to dating and even less confidence. And Taylor is a champion heartbreaker, and she just broke up with her most recent girlfriend. And her best friend bets her that she can't go 2 months without sleeping with someone. So she offers to give Avery flirting lessons. Okay, so it is Best Friends to Lovers. Oh my god, I think I knew this at some point, but I forgot. And now I'm even more excited about this. So sounds absolutely perfect, and I am ready. So I will be reading this very soon. Then I got Love is a War Song by Danica Nava, and it is signed. There is a little cute book plate in there. And I have been so excited about this. This is a cowboy romance with Native American main characters. And the author basically compared it to like the Hannah Montana movie. And that is such a specific thing that I was like, oh my god, absolutely. I literally, like, Hannah Montana raised me, and I always loved the movie, and I actually recently rewatched it like a few months ago, and I still loved it. And like the vibes are immaculate, and there is a romance in there, and I do really enjoy it, but I just like, it's not enough. And so like if this book can give me like a similar feeling, Absolutely, yes, please. So I'm pretty sure the hero is a cowboy and the heroine is like a pop star. Yeah, and I'm sure, okay, I think it's gonna be like the city girls go to the city girl goes to a small town and perfect. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I am so ready for this. And the cover is also absolutely adorable. And last, but by no means least, we have another fantasy romance, which is For Whom the Bell Tolls, and it is by J.C. Lynn. And I am so excited. This one, again, had the little description underneath by one of the booksellers, and I was just like, I took it off of the shelf, then I looked at the price, and I was like, I shouldn't. But then I just like literally put it back, and then I was just like, but I just really want it, so I got it. And it just sounded incredible. Basically, we have our main character who died, and it is about her journey in like the afterlife, and she falls in love with like a demon, and it said that like she befriends some like kid or something like that. And so it feels like there's gonna be multiple things of like not just romance, but some maybe like found family, and obviously it's in the afterlife. And it sounded like a book that I like want to write, that I've had in the works for a very long time. And honestly, like I feel like a lot of writers feel intimidated by this feeling when they find something that's similar like their book. But for me, it's like, you mean that like the thing that I want to exist enough that I want to write a whole book exists in another book that's going to be similar, but of course it's going to be different because someone else wrote it and it's going to be a whole different perspective. And so it's just like, it's more of something I already desperately want, and so I love it. And it's just like, I'm just like, it's gonna motivate me to write, it's gonna be super fun, I'm gonna enjoy every second. And so I am very happy, and I will be absolutely reading it. I'm just gonna read you the little blurb and then I'm gonna stop talking. So it says that it is a hotter than hell romantasy where love ignites in the unlikeliest of places, magic defies the rules, and the afterlife proves more exhilarating than anyone could imagine. So it sounds incredible, and I don't know if I already said it in this video, but my desire to read fantasy has been restored, thank God. I'm ready to devour them all. And again, please, if you have any recommendations, let me know. And I think this is gonna be incredible. So expect me to read it very soon in a vlog. But yeah, I need to check if it's a standalone, because I don't think it said that. Yeah, and I have never heard of this author before, but hopefully I'm gonna love this. Hopefully they also have more books. And yeah, so that will be all for this book haul. I feel like, I wanted to keep it going until forever, but guess what? I can film another book haul if I buy a lot more books again. So, yeah, let me know what books you recently bought, and thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, leave, like the little book pile emoji down below. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon in another video. Bye!